All right. Well, that didn't turn out very well. I ended up losing that eBay auction. Somebody wanted that item more than me, apparently. They put a shit ton of money down on it. They probably didn't expect anybody like me to show up, and I pushed the price up, and they paid over $70 for like a code breaker for Dreamcast, which is not that's insane that they paid that price. They're crazy. My Game Shark probably does exactly the same thing. I have the Game Shark Lite Edition version 4.0 or something like that. It just I like that software because you can boot like PAL region games. I think the benefit of the Codebreaker one is because, well, anyways, that has nothing to do with this video. I'm on a rant. Anyways, oh no, you mean it's not George W. Bush's fault this time? Your side always blamed Bush for everything too. It seems like your side does whatever MSNBC, CNN, ABC News, or the mainstream media tells you guys and gals to do. Seems like your side is filled with zombies, the same zombies that Philadelphia slumped over on the streets high on God knows what. Probably heroin, probably pills, probably crack and meth. Fuck I know. I don't do drugs because I'm not a fucking idiot lefty. Um, well, some of these other comments you can read. Have fun. I'll link to this person's YouTube page. Uh-oh, Trump already threatened New York because he is scared Mondani will win. This guy didn't even spell the guy's name right. This is a lefty that doesn't even know how to spell Mondani. Oh my God. Anybody with common sense should be concerned. Can't the Democrats grown up one? Oh, it's just, who's this? No, they're busy shooting up on heroin and popping pills. It sounds like New Jersey has been picked as a testing ground for further development for analytics and voter control, vote control. You know, things are getting insane. Imagine when AI gets involved. It's been a blue state because of fraud. I think they're about to get away with stealing the state again, though I'll admit there's a lot of junkies here that vote Dem, my brother and his friends, as an example of that. However, they're no longer among us. I wonder if someone votes for them, even though they're no longer here. We're not going to look at that racist comment. I don't like when people post stuff like that. See, there's something wrong with both the left and the right, but lately it's been the left that's been attacking Jews nonstop. That's why some actresses have been fired from their jobs saying, Israel's the problem. Israel's the problem. Melissa, what the hell her name was it Melissa Barrios? Melissa Barrera? It's Melissa Barrera. Melissa Barrera. Melissa Barrera of the Scream franchise just lost her job because she's screaming about how the Israel people are at fault for things. And guess what? There's a lot of Jewish producers and directors, so of course they weren't going to tolerate that. That's more of the left attacking the left. Isn't that amazing? I love it when their side goes after each other. I'm still thinking about should I support Scream 7 or not, because I know how fucked up Hollywood is, and I know they hate me and the majority of the country for not voting the same goddamn way they do, because the media tells them to vote that way. They love their CNN and MSNBC and their Clinton News Network. They love Barack Obama. They think Barack Obama's a god. They want to worship him. They want to suck his pee-pee. Push out sore losers. No time for that. Go vote, win, and square. It will not work this time. The polls aren't closed. This person says, on the bright side, no one can vote Dem or Rep. And I think he intentionally lowercase Republican because this is clearly a leftist probably posting this, because that's what I do. I don't capitalize Democrat because I don't have any respect for their party. Their party's connected to my brother's death. Their party's probably connected to his friend's death too. They're all connected. Also, there's only one thing I agree with the left on, and I think the police in this country kind of sucks. But I think sometimes that has a lot to do with their supporters becoming police officers. Like when I called 911 for help one day when my brother was assaulting me, these fucking retards arrested me and charged me with battery or something like that. And then my brother eventually dropped the charges, but then he ended up committing suicide on drugs. Isn't that amazing? Even though it was him who attacked me when I was in the shower. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And before that, he was calling me a dick-sucking Trump supporter. And the fucking crazy thing is, I don't talk to him about politics. I didn't talk to him about politics. But all of that is connected to my brother's death. Bad policing and the politics that was destroying his heroin addict brain while he watched MSNBC, Stephen Colbert, Who else did he watch? Oh, he watched that fucking unfunny British lefty. I forget what the hell his name is. Uh, I don't remember who that is. I think I don't know if that's an HBO guy or what. John Oliver, he used to watch that crap too because I could hear it from his phone. So the left likes to rot their brains on being lied to and told that they're bad about being white. Why being white is bad. White supremacy is on the rise. You know, all the white people are hunting down all these innocent black people. That's the garbage MSN, DNC, Stephen Colbert, and John Oliver would push. I know the crap they would spew because I heard it from his own phone when he would walk past me. So the left is great at creating division in the country. Their fucking political party, literally, Democrat, is very close to the word demon. Why is that? DEMO. All that's missing is the N. Why is that? And who is on Mount Rushmore right now? Two Republicans and another two people are closer to the Republican Party, probably too, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe there's Abraham Lincoln on there. I know that. And there's, what's his fucking name? The one that a lot of people seem to like. I've heard his name is. He was a military guy, I believe, and a hunter. The guy with the glasses. Can't think of his name at the time because I'm frustrated right now. My point is your side has always had problems in this country. The only time the Democrat Party, in my personal opinion, was good for this country was under John F. Kennedy, where he looked like he was actually fighting for civil rights and actually trying to help out communities that need to be helped. But it didn't seem like John F. Kennedy was for like just giving handouts to everybody and trying to create a lazier society as a whole and make the working class pay for people that just don't want to work. That seemed like that was something Lyndon B. Johnson came up with because he said that he needs those people to vote for the Democrat Party for the next 200 years. But he said it with a racial slur because that's how Democrats view the black population. Not all Democrats. I'm not saying that all Democrats view it like that, but like that's Lyndon B. Johnson. Some people on the left said Lyndon B. Johnson was one of the best presidents. I 100% disagree with that. Anyways, this is so sad that anyone would use such tactics for our rights to vote. NJ Dems are definitely ahead of Jersey turning red. Definitely afraid of Jersey turning red. Apparently less crime is a bad thing from a Democrat's perspective. This is the person that many of the left are voting for said she doesn't even have policies. I can't read this because my phone's messed up. I mean, I'm looking through a tiny phone and my vision's not very good. Policies. That doesn't know what she intends to do if she gets elected. Mikey sounds like a puppet. I do not want that in my governor. Democrats trying to scare Republicans, don't fall for it. MAGA does the scare tactics, not Democrats. When there are more voters, it's bad news for Republicans. Your cult-like side literally has demon written in its name, has a hideous history in this country. Lyndon B. Johnson said he'd have racial slur people voting for the Democrat cult for the next 200 years. Nothing good comes out of the Democrat cult. Well, I mean, that's almost close to being true for what I typed, but it's also a little bit wrong because John F. Kennedy, I think, my personal opinion, I think John F. Kennedy was a pretty good president before somebody took him out, just like somebody tried to take Donald Trump out. Just like this, and it seems like the person that took out John F. Kennedy had probably Marxist or communist views or whatever people want to label as somebody that's extreme left on certain issues about giving out handouts and stuff. Now, this comment doesn't make any sense. This person's saying, yes, let's vote for the Republican candidate can only get 30% of the vote in New York City. That makes no sense. Now, in New York City, you got to vote for Andrew Cuomo or Mamdani. That's how it works. You can't vote for Slawa. I can't even pronounce the Republican candidate's name that's running for office there. So that's bad. I'm sure the New Yorkers probably can't either, since I'm not that far from New York. I'm only in South Jersey as it is. Jose De La Rosa says, I think he wanted to type demon rats behind this crap, but also I'm sure that word's probably not allowed on wonderful lefty YouTube. Free speech is bad. It might offend somebody. It might make somebody cry. Voters are supposed to feel safe, and the district doesn't have any information on what he said county the threat was sent from. I think this person mistyped. They typed country by accident. Yeah. What are these comments? Notice the poll areas affected are heavy Como areas. Didn't the dictator give his kiss of death to this guy? Who is the dictator? Is it George W. Bush? That's who your MSNBC side said was Adolf before Trump. How come your side is filled with people that put poison in their body? Why does it seem like your side can barely type the English language? What is wrong with your cult-like side? It's just a Democratic Party trying to get Republicans not to show up to the polls. I prefer the term cult when I'm talking about Democrat. We've seen how they celebrated over Charlie Kirk's passing with their hateful and incitement rhetoric on MSNBC and Clinton News Network. They lie about Republicans all the time. Democrats do what Democrats do best. Invoke fear and wait, racism will be next. Blue states need time to cheat. That's how they kept it blue for so long. They can't win elections without cheating. What is this? Is this somebody that's posting blue wave and then it shows the vaccine? Oh no. I don't know. Or is that blue wave and it's wave goodbye? Or is it, I don't know if this person is, I don't know what their politics is because it's very weird. You have a bunch of emojis, looks like a wave, and then it's wave. Or are they saying blue wave? Is that what they're saying? Okay, yeah, that's stupid. New Jersey is going to turn red. That's why. Well, I hope it does, but I don't know. We have a lot of drug addicts that vote in New Jersey. They might stay blue, and there looks like there's a lot of cheating going on. So I don't know. Maybe we're going to have a governor, Mikey, or I'd be shocked if we have a governor, Chitterelli, because I always feel like this state is fixed for the Democrats. I don't really feel like this is as blue of a state that they say it is. Otherwise, fat ass Chris Christie, who I didn't vote for him the second time around because I just thought he was a scumbag. I voted for him the first time around, but then his second time I didn't go out and vote because I wasn't going to vote for the Democrat. But I didn't like him. I thought he was a scumbag. Wasn't their whole bridge thing where his people were messing around with things? I didn't like him. And he's a snake right now too. Chris Christie's now he's like fuck George Bush and fuck Donald Trump. That's what type of so-called Republican fat ass obese Chris Christie is. Also, Chris Christie would be dead right now if he didn't take Donald Trump's vaccine, since the vaccine was created under his administration. See, the COVID vaccine, in my opinion, is good for certain people. It's definitely good for people that are obese and overweight that need to take it, probably because otherwise they might die from the flu virus because they're weak, like Chris Christie. I don't like Chris Christie. He's a fat piece of shit. You know what? I'm not the thinnest person in the world, but what am I, 249? He's got to be like 369 or something like that. He's fat. Like, he's got a big, huge gut. I don't know, or something like that. He's a lot bigger than me. I remember 81 million votes for Joey in 2020. What happened to their 6 million voters in 2024? They've caused so much damage to this country. I agree. 100%. People should be able to vote online. I'm sure that's what the wonderful Democrat cult would want so they could alter votes easier. Another Trump election scandal. Oh dear. Is the little MSNDNC viewer upset? You can attribute that to Bush, Trump, and Reagan, as your cognitive abilities seem to mirror that of Joey Biden. Your cultural inclination has been responsible for this situation for many years. I don't know. The Trump administration, I don't know why, somebody forgot to put why. I don't know why the Trump administration is doing things to keep your cult-like side here. No, he doesn't say cult-like side, he says cult side here. Should let you sick people put poison in your bodies. Glad my, oh well, that's not nice. Anyways. And I stand by that. I think that the only people that should be voting are people that have a history of working, like if they're retired, or just the working class. I'm so sick of it. Like, I don't want people that are leeches voting in our elections. That's why the Democrat Party keeps getting power. And that's why things are getting worse. That's why there's more drug overdoses. That's why more people are dying. Because they don't do anything. You look at their fucking cities. You see people on the sidewalk in Philadelphia right now slumped over like zombies on drugs. They're going to fucking die from the same drugs. And then when the Trump administration, who the left keeps vilifying, is actually trying to do something to save these people that are killing themselves on drugs, somehow they're Nazis. Like, it makes no sense. The left is completely insane. And the crazy thing is, in my opinion, the majority of these drug addicts are people from the left, because that's what I've grown up around, people my entire life. And so this administration is trying to save the left from the left. Isn't that hilarious? And then they get vilified by the mainstream media. I'm fucking tired of this shit. This is sick.